Yo boys and girls, it's your boy Diversity here, back with another episode of the FIFA 20 series, and this time we're starting off with somewhat different. We had a decent start last time, a 1-1 draw against Coventry, pretty fair result. Like I said, maybe they should have come away with the win, but I have been doing a bit of practice beforehand, and yeah, I think I've been a bit better at the game recently. But as you see with this episode, we start off with an email from Sam Mantum saying that he could have done something against Coventry. I really doubt that, but hey. In the episode later, he does come on, but we do some quick training here. But anyway, boys, we're going to jump into our first match of this episode versus Blackpool. They were mid-table before I started this. They were looking like a good team. They drew their first match, similar to us, so I thought this game would be pretty even. But as this episode goes on, you'll see that this was actually nearly a walk in the park for me. So we started off quite well, but nothing really cut through in the first couple of minutes. But then this ball through to Nduku, it was beautiful. He gets around the fullback quite well. Luckily, he fell over, so that opens up. But here is the Kings' first goal. It goes to Tom Hopper, back from his injury. First goal for the side in the second game of the season. Classic little celebration. Over you go, ba-boom. But beautiful little header. Nduku, bit lucky on the run. But the pass, I think it was from Milligan originally, or Cox it might have been, was absolutely sublime. And I did go with the same starting lineup as I did versus Coventry. I didn't feel there was much wrong with it. Just wanted to keep it the same almost. And there we see Tom Hopper's goal 5 minutes in. You see here again, Nduku breaking down the line, passes into Cox. He passes down to McLaughlin. McLaughlin is through on goal, he has a shot. Luckily, their keeper does get a hand to it. And as you see it was almost so close to a second right there, boys. You see here, look, he just gets his arm to it. I thought that was 2-0 right there, but luckily for them, they do get their arm to it. Milligan sending the corner, aiming for one of the big boys' head. Shaughnessy goes for it. Keeper, unfortunately, does get to it. Nduku passes out to Lennon, but as we've seen before, he's not the best with his control, running at the ball. Cox going back out wide, looking maybe popping across or cut back, maybe pass around the outside. Does go for the cross, and it is another corner in the 12th minute, all over Blackpool. They haven't been up our end yet, so it's a good start. McLaughlin whips in, aiming for Hopper. Their goalie, a bit of a risky move, does go for a dive, and the defender does leave it. But here you see, boys, we win the ball back, but we really silly give it away. Blackpool passing it around their midfield, in towards the attack, passing it in, looking for the cut through. There it is, and luckily Bishop does get his hands to it and keeps us in this game at 1-0. But this, boys, is a prime example of a counter-attack, this clip right here. Milligan, look at that pass. That pass was absolutely wonderful to play. That pass through, I'd watch that all day long. Cox, first time hit, in off the post, beautiful goal. Keeper stands no chance, in off the corner of the post. We are 2-0 up within 20 minutes against Blackpool. Like I said, a fellow team who started off quite well, but once again, we have just sliced them open. That ball from Milligan was wow. It just cut through their whole defence. Nduku makes the run, first time hit, off the post and in. Beautiful shot, I say. That's right, boys and girls. You don't need to adjust your TVs. You don't need to rub your eyes. We are 2-0 up within 20 minutes, and this is our first ever. But as we see here, Blackpool making their way down the line. So trying to force some passes, trying to get through. Clever little play here by them to catch me off guard with no left back there. Shaughnessy won't be able to catch him up. They do send in the cross. Luckily, we do clear with Lennon. But as we see in the next clip here, guys, Blackpool still piling on the pressure just before half-time. Another passing goes to Buono, luckily. And the ref does blow in a minute for half-time. But Blackpool being the stronger team at the end of the half, very scary for us, thinking maybe we could concede a goal going into this second half almost. It was very rough, that first half. But as we see here, we do kick off for the second half. In Blackpool's area now, they cheaply give the ball away to Nduku. He tries to run through, goes past two, tries to get past that one, passes into Humphreys and cleared off the line by their defender. That could have been 3-0. That would have been game sealed, signed, delivered. Humphreys, it went past their keeper right here. Little just touch past his keeper, but luckily their defender does manage to scoop his leg around it and make sure it goes out, not on the underside of the bar. But incoming corner here from McLaughlin, aiming for one of the big heads. Going on to Lennon, unfortunately does get beaten at the near post. We do try again, Cox going for the shot, but it is blocked. And Blackpool do manage to clear. Again, McLaughlin coming down the line here, looking for a cross onto Humphreys' head. Maybe he can score this time. No. He's missed from there. When I was playing this, I thought that was in 100%. Look at that. He's missed from near enough the penalty spot with a header. I think that's harder to miss than to score almost. We do bring on good ship for Hopper though, as you see in the top left. and Hutchinson for Cox. But this here should have been the third goal. Goalkeeper gives away, tried to do a cheeky little ball roll past him, and Goodchip, who's only just come on, manages to fluff it, and their keeper manages to save himself from embarrassment. But Blackpool here, working it down the line, trying to find a way past our midfield and defence, not really getting much far, having to play back all the time. Felt like I was in control of this game. When they did attack like now, it didn't really cause too much of a threat, but Buona here, or Ralph should clear it. However, he gives it away, and luckily here, the ball does just go wide for them. Thought then that was their point, that was their goal, they're back in the game. But luckily, Bishop would have probably had it covered. But yeah, it luckily does go wide. Substitution here for us, Sam Barrett coming on for McLaughlin just to save his legs for the upcoming next game against Derby in the Carabao Cup. It is a big match for us. I want us to win it and go through and help with money until January. Here we see Nduiku down the line, working his way in as he so well does all the time. Goes for a little cheeky bit of skill, passes, Blackpool do clear it. And then Ralph wins the header back here. We tried to keep the play going, trying to find a way through maybe, trying to get one more goal, seal the game. That goal does final few minutes. Shot does get deflected and out for a corner for us in the final 2 minutes of time. Hutchinson, really like him in the game, really well-balanced player, great dribbling. Bit low rated in my opinion, but he could always do good. Corner does come in, headed away or punched by the keeper. We try and head it back in. Unfortunately, Blackpool try and clear it, but we still have the ball here out on wide with Shaughnessy playing it into Humphreys. Look at the space there for Milligan. Milligan takes a run, has a shot again, but unfortunately, keeper does catch it. And then after this kick here, it is full time, and we have won our first game of the league, second game week. We have won 2-0 against Blackpool. Great result for us personally. Needed the win, projects us higher up the table, better than what we're doing this season so far. But after this clip, guys, you will see us go into our post-match interview, at which I was really happy here. The questions, I thought maybe a little bit different. Maybe EA should add some different questions. Coming to this one, we were both equal. Yes, we both equal. I said at the beginning, like both teams were sitting mid-table ready for it. And reading the options, Southend United always win. We prepare for the worst. We're far from perfect. We always win. I'm very confident after this going into a Derby match. Got to get the team morale up because it's only content at the minute. I'd like it to be up in the green. What did you make of the second half? They made it. We deserved the result. I think we deserved it. They had little chances. We gave away one piece of play a bit cheaply. Apart from that, though, in all honesty, we controlled the game really well. As you saw by the result, it was really good. Turton was one. That was their right back who kept trying to mark Nduiku. I didn't think he was too great. And this is what I think EA need to have a look at. Maybe fix it a bit. They've just picked him randomly because he was probably most in the action. But I just think like he wasn't really a threat to us. I just picked the fair option. We just played our game. We believe in our ability. And we didn't make any special plans. Yeah, we just played how we were. And that does end the interview there, boys. So as I said in the last clip, boys, you see in the bottom, Derby v Southend. We are going to be playing them next in the Cup. But we do get an email from Kelman saying if he could play in the next match. I was considering him or Goodchip. It was a 50-50 almost. I thought, you know, Kelman, Goodchip has already scored this season. Hopper also wanted to play. So I had a bit of a challenge on my hand with Cox, Humphreys, Hopper, Kelman, Goodchip. It was quite hard to choose top front. I did, in fact, make a second lineup or second squad just for these little cup games. And we do move into the Derby match. We did make a few changes from our starting 11 in the previous match. John White, we did start with Oxley because, you know, John White's just a legend around it. We put Hyam in there, Goodchip, you can see on the left there, Barrett, McLaughlin. When I saw this Derby lineup walk out, I was pretty intimidated. Like looking at like Holmes there, you had Keogh in goal, you had their young little keeper. It was a very strong team for Derby. I thought I'd almost underestimated that. You see Tom Lawrence there. It was very like, oh dear, have I made the wrong choice here? But just as the game kicks off here, boys, you will see the outcome of what actually happens from this team. So straight into the match here, Derby controlling the ball as expected through midfield. Jack Marriott, amazing player, up to Lawrence. Lawrence looking to send in the cross. He does. Luckily, Oxley gets his hand to it, pushes it out. Barrett has all the time and space to make his way down the line, maybe find a pass and go for that. But we do give the ball away in a second here. And this is where it does go downhill for us. Derby just cutting us apart. Easy ball for us. Try to grab it with John White. And that is 1-0. Holmes scores. He had a yellow card for a challenge he had on, what was it, Clifford at the back. Young Tom Clifford. I did start at left back. But, you know, he's just that run there. I should have caught it with John White. As you see, I did stretch my arm to try and tackle. But Holmes does score within 9 minutes. And we are already 1-0 down against a very strong Derby team. We need to look for a comeback very urgently here, I thought. But Derby still always there. Number 11, Joel Frason, very good. Always got past Clifford really easy. Holmes again making his way in. Easy pass, 2-0. 2-0 down within 15 minutes. Well, within 12 minutes, sorry. Looking so bad so far. Looking for that response, and it really did not go our way. We were closed down by Derby so many times. It was frustrating almost because we'd won our last match so convincingly, and then I don't know why I picked a weaker lineup. Should I have gone with a stronger team? Probably. Marriott does score there, making it 2-0 within 12 minutes. So once again, we start third kickoff from this game, and like I said, Joel Frason making his presence known on the field, just trying to find the balls in. Oxley does catch the ball before Holmes gets it. That could have been free. Like I said, we needed some sort of response, and I did kick upfield all the time, looking for balls through him, maybe to try and chase. Dimitri, I did start. He was mediocre, I say, at best. John White here, passing about. The team was all right. Clifford down here with a lot of space, looking to play through Sam Barrett, but we do see an extra run here from Goodship. Goodship cuts around, does go for the shot here, but their keeper easily holds. Once again, boys, trying to look for this cut through here, playing the ball nicely, 1-2. McLaughlin looking for the ball in, not much support, goes to Goodship, and luckily out for a corner for us. Looking still to get a goal, to make this game quite fun, quite even. Manton, best player in Southend, obviously, whips it in, actually quite a good ball, onto White and just over. Manton, I didn't know whether to start him over Milligan in the last match. In FIFA, he's actually an all-round good player. As you see here, White just misses. Good header, though, from the old lad. But Derby do have another goal kick. We've missed so many chances, and they, like I said, controlled it so well. Bogle to Joel Frason, just making their presence known. Easy. We do win the ball back. Hutchinson does pass it off to Manton. We're looking for the counter-attack here. Up top to McLaughlin. Acres of space. Cuts in, starts running in, looking to go for a finesse shot. Just go for a normal one, and their keeper does save. We do so many of those shots coming in from the wing and just going for the bottom corners, but the keeper, yet again, stops McLaughlin. McLaughlin failing to score yet again. Manta with another ball in, aiming for one of the big boys, and it does eventually miss. And then Derby here, Holmes again, very tricky player, like I said, does get a chance towards the end of the half, just out of nothing, punted into the box, and luckily it does hit the side netting. But this does bring us into half-time, boys, 2-0 down. Straight away, as soon as the whistle was blown, I thought, right, we need to make some changes. We need to look a bit more threatening. And clearly my PlayStation don't like me because my controller just wants to give up as well. I don't like what I'm doing at all. But there we see Marriott with his goal, well, his attempts and his goals. He was a really dangerous striker to deal with. But we do go in 2-0 down, looking to make those substitutions straight away. And we do make one by bringing on Nathan Ralph for Clifford. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Opened the half very positive. Hutchinson going for a low shot, but it does get blocked, unfortunately for us. Started much more positive, we did here. More up the field, just no clear chances until this, but luckily keeper does get down. McLaughlin here crossing the ball, aiming for Cox, and their keeper punches it away. That was almost the story. Their keeper was really good against ours. Mantle does pick up the ball there, but we do eventually lose it. Free kick here, boys. My first free kick in FIFA 20, just thinking what to do with it. Should I go for a shot? Should I go for a pass or for a tactical play? Derby do make a quick substitute here. Waghorn coming on, a big unit. With us also making a sub, bringing on Tom Hopper for Goodship. Goodship, very quiet. It was like the last match. Hopper was very quiet. But now this game, our strikers have been quiet, so I thought we'll bring him on. But as we do see here, boys, it is my first free kick. So I did decide, I was weighing options. I have a look. Mantum's our best. Maybe I should have gone for it. Maybe I shouldn't. But instead, I do go for a different style of play. I do try and pass it short, and I wanted to lay it back to McLaughlin on the edge of the box and maybe have him have a first-time shot. But unfortunately, Hutchinson's touch was really diabolical. Plays to Dimitri, and he is offside even with the quick shot. That was probably our worst chance we've had. That was the biggest chance, and we've just managed to fluff it. Derby again, playing down our half. Luckily, do win the ball back here. Want to make a play quickly. Hopper passes it off to McLaughlin. Just has to beat their defender, but Scott Malone just walks it past McLaughlin. Their defence, Keogh and Malone, kept us so quiet all game. It was very, very hard to get past them. Another substitute here, almost a good one for us. Derby taking off their number 11, Joel Frason. which was really, that opened the door for me. Last chance here for us. I do bring on our oldest player, Milligan, to put him at CDM and to push Mantum up the field a little bit to try and open something up. But however, it didn't work. We do lose the game 2-0 and we are out of the Carabao Cup. Very unfortunate result for us. You know, didn't create much, had a few chances, but Derby, very strong team against almost our second team. So almost deserved result, but as you see, McLaughlin collapsed into the floor there, thinks it should have been more. But like I said, boys, it was a very hard game for us. I don't blame the loss on the team. It was more my selection that screwed it up. Going into the interview here, boys, they say we were thrashed by Derby. I 100% agree with that statement. I could say we were awful, but I don't want the team morale to go down. So I just say I hope the team's listening, hoping that it would be a bit more like towards them, like wake up a little bit. But that wasn't the answer I was actually after. What went wrong today? Well, Derby were just simply stronger than us. They had a better team all round, better players, higher wages, better quality. My second team was out. You know, give the younger people some chances, but Derby clearly wanted something from this cup. Joel Frey's on, like I said, for our failure. Nah, he wasn't the main failure, he was just part of it. A really good player, did everything really well for them, and almost just couldn't deal with him, almost in an aspect. And the interview does end there, boys. Back to the home screen now, boys. We do get an email from Kelman saying he did get to play, so I just said it wasn't the right opponent for him. It was just almost like I wanted to play him, but it was just tough to select him over Goodship and Hopper and Cox. It was too hard. Hopper, pleased he managed to come on the field. He didn't really do much for us. I almost regretted it and should have played Kelman maybe. Would have been a better chance for Kelman and for the team. But this does wrap up the episode here, boys. We are going to end this episode, unfortunately, on a loss. But we do go back to the first team there. Our next match will be away versus Lincoln City, a big one. I think they're definitely first place at the minute. But anyway, next episode will be out very shortly, boys. You may see me after the Pompey game, maybe after a special Saturday game. But anyway, boys and girls, I have been Diversity, and peace.